That's, dare I say, a big win. Alright, thanks for paying for my institutions. Uzbek's one province here. Yeah, I should really wipe them off the face of the earth. Hilariously, they were paying for Mazandaran there. Claim that last province, so I wiped them off the map. Can you not give Timmy a border with the Ottos? Timmy didn't want any more land, and maybe it's for the better that it works out this way. Now I'm curious, would the Ottomans actually save Mazandaran if I came knocking? What do you think? Oh, Ottoman, what do you like? Well, he's like a guy that has a ton of tech. Yeesh. Not a fan of that. At least Tech 19 is huge, and I'll be one of the first to get to it. That is a lot of money to drop on an institution. At least manufactories I should have an easier time with, because I can build up the manufactories for it, but still costly. At least that debt is probably keeping Ottomans a bit more subservient than they would otherwise be. But they just don't get bad rulers, do they? Nasty stuff. One consideration is that if I actually do... corruption isn't that expensive. I was thinking that if I do take the institution, I would be able to get some dip tech, but I'm still really wanting to get my experienced diplomats going. You know what, I don't mind. I don't even know what a Morom is. No, I know exactly what a Morom is. Let's get rid of this garbage. Because way back when, Morom used to be a nation in EU3. And one of my biggest inspirations in grand strategy, Mino Rico, he goes by many other names, he played as Morom. And he was, I think in the end he had a uncored province that he couldn't core as his capital. It's back in EU3, good times. Anyway, long story short, yeah, screw off, nobles, I think, is what I want to say. You're getting chastised. Yeah, back then you could have your capital be uncored. Administrator in the Otto Friends there. Hopefully he doesn't administrate his way into my lands, but he probably will. There's a lot he wants, but he tends to go for far weaker targets than himself. Oh, here's a thought. I should definitely embrace this before I take in all the Kazaki land, because it does not have it. And since I am bound to forget, let's do it now. However, let's consider something else. If I get you, you will lower the cost by 20%. Taking this actively gives me 500 ducats for 10 Patriarch Authority. I am swayed by this kind of money. And just like that, the Dosh situation looks a whole lot better. I'll do it. Boom. Oh, we actually get an extra merchant out of it. That'll help with the Dosh situation in a minimal sense. I could drag Dosh out of Siberia or out of Samarkand, and I think I'll take it out of I can't even reach it. What the hell? Okay, well, once I have Kazakh, I can. However, reach Siberia. What a mad world we live in. Okay, I'll take from Kiev then. Oh, I don't have the merchant till the tick of the month. Yeah, probably best to drag from Kiev. Although everybody else is dragging it in this direction, why should I follow the others when I can follow my heart? I'm really tempted to get this, but I want the other stuff as well. That spy network in Bohemia is making it agonizingly cheap though, so I'll take that. But I'm definitely taking this. Too good to pass up. Huh. Well, eclipsing Bohemia actually helps us out on the power projection front, so we've got that going for us. We can slander his merchants if I want to, but I won't. I'm not a monster. Whoa, what am I doing here? I want to revoke the embargo. And I need to consider my new rival. Could be France. I already have Ottomans and Castile from the Commonwealthy. Ming are only rival to my allies. Although, well, no, they're rival to Ottomans, but I'm already rival to Ottomans. France is an option. Denmark is still an option. Hopefully it won't drive a wedge between me and Commonwealth. We have great trust. Why would it? I think I will tell Denmark that I really don't like them. Don't hate me, Commonwealth. You chose them as your ally. And let's drag that dosh away from our ally. Rival your own allies like a madman. No, I already did that in, what was it, the Mazab campaign? Okay, Commonwealth, they get their golden era, lucky them. I will control drag to only select ships, and then shift drag to only select even more ships. And get everybody together in Bessarabia. And then we're going to privateer the Ottomans for some extra PP. And I'm thinking of even more boats. Did I just actually get some better boats with that tech up? No, early frigate is next. Good thing this isn't a naval campaign, or I'd have to care a lot more about my boats. Astrakani power. Yeah, sure, why not? Done crazier things. Also, didn't I get that level 3 guy? Isn't he cheaper for me? I forget, are you the guy that I hired? You seem awfully expensive for a guy that would be cheaper. Awfully, awfully expensive. I think you... no. Oh well. I will ask it then. I didn't know you could select ships that way, says Rorreef. There's always someone who doesn't know, so I like to mention it when it happens. Alright, me and Timmy are BFFs. Let's solidify that with 100 trust. Let's also lose money with corruption. And finally, we're almost done with Kazakh. I think that got cheaper because of administrative efficiency, but I can't quite... yeah, it must have done. It's like 4 years earlier than before. Maybe I could strengthen my government, make it even faster. Nah. Okay. Uh-oh. Ottomans are making claims on me. They've been avoiding doing that for a long time, and yet now they do it. I'm missing a boat. I thought I made a whole lot more of them. I am certainly missing a boat. Outlier. Where are my navies? Huh. Yes, I imagined it. Or maybe it got occupied out of existence. Whatever the case, we are now privateering Constantinople. Thanks for that decent amount of power projection from it, actually. 10. I'll take it. I'll take it and run. How are we on... There you go. That'll be a very small auxiliary army right there. And I'm hemorrhaging money. Why? Oh yeah, rooting out that corruption. It is expensive work. I should really just claim all the good stuff of Muscovy. Well, actually all the stuff of Muscovy. Rip them out of existence because they're not getting... I think the only thing that could save them now is if they took expansion or exploration, so then they can take this land, and then I would take this away from them and let them grow and get all that land colonized for me. That'd be nice of them. My capital is in Yaroslav. You know, I keep missing out the last L, so I'm just going to delete the L. Never existed, it's always been Yaroslav. That's what I'm talking about. Cheaper guy, lower unrest. Didn't I have a decision that I could take? Yeah, the advancement of religion. I wanted this ages ago. Now it's mine. Sunday school sounds just as good. Let's take that too. Improve that absolutism as well with that. And let's get even more missionary strength, because we're about to need a lot of missionary strength. will we ever get a part of India, China, Japan, or the East Indies? Don't know. Also, does Libyum veto actually have downsides these days? I thought those got cast away ages ago. I think some of these want to rise up because of that thing I did. However, I can just get rid of that without even a thought. No, we're not marrying you, Austria. Get off my back. Right, integrating Kazakh's going to give me a nice army. Hopefully it doesn't push me over force limit, but it probably will. And it's going to give me targets. Targets like the Afghans, targets like the Oirats. Also, with this, why don't I sell... And I always forget this, but this time I remembered. Why don't we sell our knowledge sharing to Timmy for big bucks? That's nice. That is very nice. Are the Cossacks ever going to have a place in your country? No. You should be able to make a trade company once you reach Japan, Korea. You can't do it in Japan or Korea. In fact, we can open up the map mode for... It's geographic. There we go. Trade regions. I'm not sure if we'll be directly taking any of this. Maybe like this province. I'll have to double check my my maps there. So maybe we'll get something. Sadly though, this stuff is off the cards. It was not Soviet land, so it will not be part of this campaign. Even though, as everybody knows, the trade company regions are the ultimate meta to take. Alright, Kazakh's gonna be eaten up. The Oirat have... damn, they managed to get Miltech 15, but I could get 19 ahead of them, which is huge for military tactics and good infantry. Ha, the Afghans suck. You're doing your job, but maybe I should advance on a bit with you, because there's going to be... Probably won't be rebel. No, there will be rebels, because I'm going to crush autonomy around here for absolutism. Where will you even be able to stand around and not drink attrition? Probably in Knapsack or Kerry. Knapsack is more central, and you guys can just hang out in Shachti. Sounds like one of the gods mentioned in that Prince of Egypt song you're playing with the big boys now. Whew, that's pretty. Every smile and gesture shows you who's the best. You're playing with the big boys now. If you don't like the Prince of Egypt, I don't think I like you. You can take the Dalian or Port Arthur. Where is Port Arthur? What EU4 province is that? Or maybe it is Dalian. No, I only know of Dali. Bohemia is once again considering attacking Saxony. Did they do it before? I don't know, but they want to do it again. The Commonwealth has been really neutered ever since, well, the war. They have a lot of debt, but not so much that they wouldn't save their sorry allies. But dang, they wouldn't really want to save Denmark. Really, Commonwealth, are you sure you want to be friends with them? Yeah, I bet Timmy would break up with someone if I told him to. Hey Timmy, don't be friends with... Yeah, it's not that easy, I guess. Oh, but if I had a Casus Belli on Timurids, they would give that up. I wonder if the same goes for Commonwealth. No, I do have a Casus Belli on them. Ah, them being a great power helps that as well. Oh well. Port Arthur is Liangdong. Yes, that one. Liaodong, what? Let's just look for dong. God, there are a lot of dongs. But not one that I'm seeing here. Excellent. Zealot could not have come at a better time. Oh, and both of you. This is good. This is very good for purging all those Sunnis we're about to find. And even that stray Shia. Also, I want this last province claimed up so it can be ours. Gaijo. Sure, why not? Anyway, we're not there yet, but we are getting there. We're burning here with our newfound friends in Kazakh. Maybe I should take a step back to Kerry for now. It's not like I'm not going to get an army. Actually, I'm going to get an army, so let's pull you guys back here a bit. It's a large country to police and not well vetted by forts. But the forts protect you here, just not here. That's unfortunate. We have a real soft underbelly that anybody can come marching into. Okay, we can be the first to Tech 19, and it's a big one. So I can't think of anything better to spend these gluts of points on. So we'll take it. That allows us to get Saxon infantry. Yeah, Kazakh know their place. It's pretty nice to get the extra supply limit as well. Ah, finally. Not only that, but I have tons of states that I can make. I can almost double my amount of them. Happy days. Now, Timmy, don't pull me into some asinine war right now. That is your war against Multan. It's ages away, and I don't care. Downside is I'm going to struggle for diplomatic reputation for 10 years after this, but that's more than made up by all this land that I got. Okay, I didn't get that off you, but I can't threaten my ally for war right now. My name's going to be ruined by Muscovy in the way, so the obvious thing to do is to remove Muscovy as soon as the truce is up. That's why I'm getting all these claims on him. We're still tight, right, Sweden? Yes, we are. Disgusts me about all this. Ooh, did I get my claims on you? I'm not even sure I started spying on you. The whole point of converting you was to get those claims. He doesn't want to convert gold again, but we converted this province automatically, which was the real thing that I wanted anyway. 17 dev is a bit hard to convert there. No, Muscovy's not been converting. They don't have the income to do it. They only afford it if I subsidize them. There's no way I'm subsidizing them for all these provinces. That said, I'm going to be hard-pressed converting all of this stuff. Ah, there we go. There we go. Name placement is bad. Borders are bad. But we sure got something. I got a whole lot of this stuff that I could area up without a second thought. And I probably should, actually. Right, if it's got loads of development enough that I could put a metropolitan on it, then we certainly want it, we want it done. That's the likes of you. There's one Siberian there, but we're going to adequately convert them. Pretty expensive, that, actually. Different continent. Oh. Whoa, okay. Didn't realize it was so expensive to different continents. Perhaps this is not as good as I had imagined in my head. Then there are all these Nogai ones that we don't particularly like. This one isn't particularly good. Okay, maybe none of it's anywhere near as good as I had thought. We've got Isham, whatever Isham is. Yeah, I can't actually consecrate on these ones, but surprise. Okay, well, it's got Tumen, which is pretty good on that. Yoink. But yeah, the maintenance is almost more than the income that we get out of it. Still, that's not the only winner, right? It has a lot of autonomy. We can stamp out that autonomy. It's a lot more calculations than I was really in the mood for doing. Kazakiland is decent because I can make that into... here we go, this one's not too shabby. 6, 5, 11, that. Still a bit shy. I want those 30s because it helps me get the Metropolitans. Look at that one, it costs me more than I make because I do that. But hey-ho. I have the full cores, which doesn't make that one an easy one to spy. That's a nice area, but it's a lot of Timmy lands. Hope Timmy doesn't go spare on me because of this. Ah, I want all of this. And surely it's going to be all of mine. And 3 is 16, 20, 28. Yeah. I always compare dev in potential states by mouse overing the blue flag alert. Yeah, that one gives it to me. Alfold is still a pretty tempting target, isn't it? Whoop. The difference is I'd have to core it all up, and it's Hungarian, and I'll be releasing that later on anyway. But yeah, this land isn't so tempting now that I see how expensive it is for the maintenance, is it? Harumph. Mind you, all this is Kazaki. I think I'll take you because I will be accepting you. These guys are very not Kazaki, and this is God knows what. This one isn't so bad because it's got the likes of Noge, which is okay. And I own a bunch of it. Let's do you as well then. Makes it a bit easier for grabbing these. Alright, that's all well and good, but some things I need to start doing is converting. And there's a lot to be converted. Yikes. What I will also do is accept Kazakh as a culture, or promote it rather. Costs dip, I hate that, but it will make it fast, a lot faster to do. So, yeah, my religious unity has fallen once again. Oh well, let's start with the stuff that impacts it a lot, but maybe doesn't cost too much. There we go. And just like that, enter deficit city. And I have, wow, I expected my force limit to be a bit better there. But we're not done yet. There's some land that I need to reduce autonomy on, like all of this. And I am just going to decrease autonomy on all of it, because it's glorious absolutism. Sure, it's glorious revolts as well, but it shouldn't be a lot of revolts. Kazaki separatists will be the bulk of them. And just like that, we enjoy 26 absolutism. Glorious, unless I wanted any more of this stuff fully stated up. Time to drag out the old religious unity calculator. Those were some intense times back then. Still not enough for my land force limit, and it's costing me an extra 23 ducats per month. That is madness. I'm not so keen on throwing them all away, but perhaps I can get rid of all the cavalry. And that should help out the coffers quite a bit. And then I quite like those cannons that they brought in. But how much do I like those cannons that they brought in? Let's just bin all of you and then say we're good, because we are pretty good. The autonomy will tick down for the rest of the place as well. And that means you two guys can actually get close. And I don't know, hang out somewhere like there. Yeah, and then you'll be able to take over, take on all the rebels that pop up. Whew. Seems weird to focus on keeping a positive income. I don't like taking loans. Now granted, I have tons of money as is, but that's because I'm so tight. Alright, I'm still thinking Oirat has to go for Choi, and Afghanistan have to go in general. But... Not really the right way to go. Still don't want to pay through the nose for those advisors. Muscovy's just going ham down in India, and that's rather nice because although there are a few provinces I need here for the final borders, he's not so much infringing on land that I want or need to take. Also, thanks to lowering the autonomy, this stuff doesn't cost so much. Although I'm not looking forward to the next two institutions. Those things are going to cost me an arm and a leg. Manufactories are only 22 years away. And I have somewhere in the region of no manufactories. Why don't we check that? If it's blue, it has a manufactory. And not one of them are ones that I've built. Surprisingly good over here. Wait, these places have manufactories? What? Get away. No, I was looking at churches. Pfft, how did I manage that? Okay, if it's blue, it has a manufactory. Not a lot of my land does. Some places are better than others for giving me returns on them, but again, I know what I'd do for that. I should get those 5 universities though. We have the tech for it. It's just a question of where they go, so that they can spread out faster with the institution. I think leave land, hold on, what am I doing here? I'm doing a mistake is what I'm doing. Let us enjoy our conquer new states, so that, or is it high income? High income, construction cost and construction time. Bang. Build buildings for admin and more things. Build a treasury. Yeah, we done that as well. Next up, we're going to build some manufacturers and get some big dosh. I don't need that just yet, but I might need it. I might want it at some point. Okay, so now the universities are a bit cheaper. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I want it in Bashgird right now. Have it here so it spreads out in this high development land. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this land isn't too terrible, right? If I put one here, it'll get up there and spread it to the other, spread to these many adjacent places. Not the best dev there, actually. Might be better putting it pretty much anywhere else than you. I forget what causes it to spread. Ah, whatever. Wallachia is mechanizing there. Wallachia is doing a good job. It was a great decision early on to spit them out as a subject, and it was so not going to be that way. I was very much leaning towards making them directly held land by me. To think I have Azov as a state, but not Shirvan or Estonia, or many of these other places that I now have with full cores on them. Like, it almost makes sense to do it there. But I should be able to get a metropolitan or two here. Is what he would say. Oh, of course not. I need it all converted. That's going to be a big task. Alright. Still, though, things go forward relatively smoothly. Another war from Bohemia. No, Bavaria is going to attack Bohemia. War of aggression. Wallachia has decided to insult me, so let's improve our relations with them. Still would like Afghanistan. Very dead. I used up all my favors with Timmy, right? No, it's just that Timmy won't join unless I promise land because he's busy in another war. Ah, but he won't be busy with that war for much longer. I could call him in, I could give him the other Afghani land. It sadly does have increased core creation cost, but it's not the end of the world. Especially if I made this a full-on area. Or state, rather. I don't think I want to. Yeah, I'm still allied with PLC. And it's coming along fine that way. Apparently it would destabilize Timmy to fight the Ottomans. Why? Good relations? That's terrifying to me if these guys who are mutually friendly get an alliance. Oh, grim. That is grim. I really need to make these two border each other so they want each other's land. Okay, I can make it happen, but that might just strengthen their alliance, which would further suck. Still, when the truce is up, I will attack Mazandaran and force feed Timmy some of that land. Where to go from here, though? If the Commonwealth fell apart, my life would become easier. Still, with that big subject gone, I can focus on making smaller subjects. The likes of, say, Bulgaria. Could start building my my European borders.